Edinburg Police Department Banquet. I am Roxanne Lerma, the Director of Communications and Media for this amazing city. During this celebration, we're going to honor those officers and staff members that earned the annual award in their respective category. We're also going to be able to celebrate the next chapter for our retired police officers who dedicated so much time and gave so much of themselves to the city of Edinburg. Let us begin today in prayer. If you could please rise for the invocation. It will be led by Joe Rodriguez of the new Edinburg Clergy Academy Police Partnership.
Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and bow our heads. Dear God, I ask for your blessing on this ceremony, on our awards, our awardees, and all who are gathered with us today. I pray that you will fill each employee, officer, and supporting staff with satisfaction at this great work that they've done in the city of Edinburg. We thank you for the opportunity that you gave us to serve. We thank you for the safety of everyone in our families. I especially pray for those who are actively serving our city of Edinburg. Keep us all and those who we love safe, strong. We also pray for our children and grant us success in every good endeavor as we serve our community, our nation, and our world. Be with us this hour and every hour, I pray. And I leave with you the reading of Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 through 26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Joe.
Yes.
If you could please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Edinburg Police Department. Officer Joe Vega will lead us in the national anthem, as well as the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous side o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's get started with our opening remarks today. I'd like you to please join me in welcoming our Honorable Mayor, Ramiro Garza Jr. Wait, we gotta do a selfie here, right?
Okay.
Oh, you're sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We need to have Tim more often here. Let's give him a hand, please. Thank you. I know we're here for very important recognition, but before we do that, now Tim, see what you've done. I have to share a little story. So I didn't know Tim Smith lives in our city. He's lived in our city a long time. But I found that out when I used to serve with the city manager. I actually got a call from him. He may not remember. Very nice about it. Just was inquiring about when the street improvements, I think we were repaving Freddie Gonzalez at the time. And it was taking a while, and I'll never forget because he called, right? And I said, oh my God, it's Tim Smith. So I said, wherever we're at, we need to expedite that, especially that section there. So anyway, thank you, Tim. He's been a resident of our city for a long time. His wife has, been a long-time educator here in our city. So thank you, sir, for being a resident here in our city. We're here today to celebrate this first annual PD ceremony. Chief, thank you so much for doing this. I know you all started this, I think, last year where there was some recognitions. And as I mentioned already, I've worked with the city before, so I know how this is. When residents approach you or anybody talks to you, every one of you that is here that works with the city, it's always about complaints, right? It's always about what needs to be done because we're not doing what that resident feels we should be doing. It's a tough job, being a city employee, and I think even tougher working in law enforcement. And so I appreciate this ceremony taking place to honor those that have gone a little bit beyond, as well as our retirees, and just in general, recognizing the department. So thank you, Chief, and everybody, the leadership that put this together, and because y'all serve our city in ways that some residents, I think, will never understand. You're leaving your families behind, you're sacrificing your life in the day-to-day operations that you do, and we can't thank you enough, for what you do, and you continue to do for our city. And as our city continues to grow, that gets a little bit more challenging, right? Our city's just expanding our boundaries, and I know how much challenging it gets. So I think today it's the least that could be done, recognizing your efforts, and on behalf of myself and my family, thank you for all that y'all do and continue to do in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for the words as well. I did. I remember that. I called and said, when's this project going to be done? It was done the next day. It's good to have friends in high places, right? Thank you, Mayor. Give the Mayor another round of applause. Everywhere I go, he's there. I swear. I do a lot of events like this, and the Mayor is always there. So thank you for representing our city so well. Thank you so much. Next up, someone who y'all know and love, and who, he took this job not that long ago. And when he took the job, I'm the program chair for the Edinburg Rotary Club. And I think been on the job about 10 minutes. I said, would you like to do a program for the Edinburg Rotary? And he was there like the next day. It was like immediate. And he too is really buying into our community. So please welcome your Chief, Jaime Ayala.
Thank you, Tim, and what an honor it is to have Tim back again. He did a ceremony for us last year, and he did such a phenomenal job. The weather jokes were great. We have beautiful weather today. Thank you, Tim, for the weather. But again, I agree with the Mayor. It's just great to have you here, somebody from Edinburg that is able to be with us at this ceremony. It's an absolute honor for me to be here with you all at Region 1, and I'm a little shorter than Tim, so I hope you all can see me a little bit. But what a remarkable educational facility that this is in our great city. There are a number of people here that I want to recognize. Our Mayor, Ramiro Garza Jr., our council members, Mayor Pro Tem David White, council members Johnny Garcia, Dan Diaz, and Jason De Leon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being everywhere. It seems like you're at every event that's in the city. I don't know how you do it to balance your public service and then your private lives, because you are truly everywhere and you truly support this department and the people that work here by your actions of showing up, and your actions in the city actions that you take related to budget and the work environment.
And I want to thank our Civil Service Commission, although I don't think they were able to make it. They all have jobs, but they weren't able to get away. But our Chairman, Sergio Salinas, our Vice Chairman, Roman Rodriguez, Commissioner Robert Fernandez, Attorney Kevin Pagan, and our Director, Belinda Torres from Human Resources. With us today also, we have the Edinburg Crime Stoppers, a great partner. They've been to the department for many, many years. So Sonia, thank you for being here with the board. Also Johnny Hernandez, who's a board member, but he's also the chair for the 2040 Public Safety Committee. I appreciate you being here in support of our employees as well. Also, we have our Hidalgo County District Attorney, Terry Palacios. We work so well with the DA's office. To have you here is just an honor to see and hear what our employees are doing, and the fact that you're here in support of what we do. We truly appreciate that partnership. But this event would not have been possible without the support of our city manager, Ms. Mayra Ayala, and my boss, Jesus Sáenz. Thank you all for the investment you've made in the department to allow us to celebrate exceptional performance from the employees who are working on our team. Our public safety partners, you'll see that the fire department is represented here. I thank you for working with us to keep Edinburg safe. Chief Sean Snyder is not able to be with us, but I want you all to keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he continues fighting his battle with cancer. I talked to him a few days ago. I know he's continuing the battle. I know everybody's thinking about him, and I know that he would be here if he could. He has supported me 100% since I've been here, and he's been a great partner with the fire department, working with us in the police department. Now, police and fire, we have a friendly banter. And no, because I have the microphone, I won't take advantage of the one-sided banter. But at the end of the day, we're both here, our officers and your firefighters, to risk it all for public service in this community. And together, we're able to do great things. So thank you, Deputy Chief Baldo Perez, for being here with your team. When I began my stint here in Edinburg, after retiring and coming home, I asked what we do to recognize our employees. When I got the response, I really felt that there's more that we could do. And so I created the Chiefs Advisory Committee, led by Lieutenant Orlando Garcia, and they wrote this policy for employee recognition to include an annual awards ceremony where we can have an event like this every year and recognize those employees for the previous year. This is the first ever, as you mentioned, and I'm really proud to be a part of it with the many people that came and helped us with this. So I want to thank you, Lieutenant, for leading the committee, the work that you all have done thus far, and I do want to recognize the members, and if you're here, please stand. Sergeants Primitivo Rodriguez and Jesus Gaitan, investigators Clariver Vallejo and Daniel Arredondo, officers Efraín Muniz, Joe Vega, and Fabian Zuniga, Officer Angelica Bocanegra, Detention Specialist Supervisor Arturo Rincon, and Communications Division Supervisor Brenda Alvarado. The committee reviews policies, uniform standards, the annual awards, and any other task needing review. So please, let's give them a round of applause for the work that they've done. And a special thank you to Alma Rodriguez and Yvette Briones for pulling off yet another event. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes into this, and I'm really proud of what they did and how they've come to make this event so special. So thank you for all of your planning and coordination. Since I began to serve as the police chief here in Edinburg, I've observed many selfless acts, many heroic acts, but more importantly, many relationships being forged. And without these relationships, both internally and externally, we would not have the success that we have experienced to date. And today I just want to talk a little bit about service. It is what we set out to do when we accepted the call to serve in the policing profession. A mantra that I have embraced is service before self and honor above all. We see in policing many selfless acts of kindness, not to be recognized, but because it is in our hearts to wear the badge and serve our community. This job is not about the recognition. It is about selfless service, and if recognition is evident, so be it. Service is the action of helping or doing work for someone else, or giving advice, or performing some type of repair on a home or on a car. Our police officers are involved in all types of service, and our expectation is that we provide excellent service. How many of us here today have visited a restaurant lately and received less than satisfactory service? But yet, when the bill comes, the recommended tip begins with 18%. Not to mention the 4% if you pay with plastic. That was funny, by the way. I mean, who does that anymore? An expected tip, regardless of how well you were served. How many of us have recently had work done on our home, or maybe our car? Were you fully satisfied? Would you recommend that service to any of your friends? When a police officer is called to a home or a business, it is not to join them for coffee or dinner. It is typically to referee a disturbance or take an offense for a criminal act. Our officers see the worst of the worst of the worst, the unmanageable in a normal citizen. But even when our officers are dealing with the worst situation, our expectation is that they provide excellent service. In our policing profession, the terms police legitimacy and procedural justice weigh heavy on what we do, and they're critical to our success. Legitimacy means people have trust and confidence in us. They accept police authority and believe our officers are fair. And our officers build this trust and this confidence by treating people with dignity and respect. They make decisions fairly and not based on factors such as race or gender. They give people a voice to be heard. And being trustworthy and treating people with goodwill. And this today is a day for us to recognize and show gratitude some of Edinburg's finest employees. A day that we will repeat annually to build a tradition in our department where our team knows the work that they do every day is noticed and appreciated. Tomorrow is not promised. So we must approach each day and give our best. Service before self, then honor above all. Stand tall for those you serve alongside with. One day you will look back and reflect on your career. So create those memories now. Every day we need to ask ourselves one question. What have I done today to make Edinburg great? I'm extremely proud and honored to work with some very talented people, some who we will recognize today. Our Blue family is proud of you, and we're here to celebrate this recognition with you. Congratulations for a job well done, and thank you all.
Well done. And Chief, thank you for all you do, and again, welcome back to the Valley. We're so glad to have you back. Such an important part of what we're doing here, and we really appreciate that. Good words. Thank you, Chief. All right, now we're ready to get started with some of our awards, and we're going to start with our retirees. So Chief Ayala, Assistant Chief Sarah, Assistant Chief Duffner, come on up to the stage. We've got some awards to present. Come on up. Take the shortcut. That works. It's only a 1-foot stage. I like that. All right. You bet. All right, the first retiree that we're going to honor today is Officer Baltimar R. Gomez for 30 years of service. 30. Congratulations, Balde. As you come up, Balde did a questionnaire about his career. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then we'll move on to his honor. Let me say that hello first.
Thanks.
I don't know whether those guys. Yes. He did a questionnaire, and some of the questions he was asked, like, what was the highlight of your career? He said belonging to the Edinburg Police Department is the highlight of his career. The positive reputation and respect the Edinburg PD has among the law enforcement community. What a huge answer, what a great answer that is. His best memory, he says, was organizing the Strong Citizens on Patrol group at the Lantana Community Development Apartments. That's pretty terrific. Who were his mentors? He says all of his supervisors and administrators were mentors, but he singled out Chief Peter De La Garza, who was the person he learned from the most, and he worked directly under his command for years. He began his career at the Edinburg Police Department in 1992. He was a patrol officer and had the opportunity to rotate into CID, then juvenile CID, and for a few months under the direction of Chief Quirino Munoz, the department started a new program called Community Policing. He was asked to be part of that special group. This group started with the department's first ever bicycle patrol, neighborhood watch, and officer foot patrol. He was part of the group responsible for starting the first national night out in the city and the first Blue Santa toy drive. Many, many things. He says he feels blessed to have had the opportunity to be involved in the development of these things. He was selected by Chief Castaneda to represent the Edinburg Police Department as a member of the Chamber of Commerce 20th Leadership Class. He attended the class, the first class offered in the RGB to be certified as a child safety seat installer. He also became one of the first motorcycle cops in Edinburg. In 2013, the first motorcycle police officer, and he shared his first motorcycle number 1301. He was allowed to continue to do so for many years. The bottom line, he says he truly believes in service. Ladies and gentlemen, Balde Gomez. 30 years, congratulations. You need more hands to carry all the hardware. Congratulations. The next retiree we're going to honor today is Sergeant Osiel Plata for 27 years of service. Come on up, Sergeant Plata. A long way from the back of the room. Osiel Abraham Plata is a United States Army veteran. He joined the Edinburg PD as a Patrol Officer 1 on July 17, 1995, attaining the title of Patrol Officer 2 a year later. Osiel Plata held assignments as a Patrol Officer in the Uniform Patrol Division and as an investigator in the Criminal Investigations Division, eventually being promoted to the rank of Sergeant on April 18, 2011. As a sergeant, Osiel Plata held various assignments within the Edinburg Police Department, to include sergeant with the Internal Affairs Division, sergeant with the Uniform Patrol Division, and sergeant overseeing the Criminal Investigations Division. Throughout Sergeant Osiel Plata's tenure with the Edinburg Police Department, he attended numerous trainings and received various certifications and licenses, to include his Intermediate Peace Officer License, Advanced Peace Officer License, and Master Peace Officer License. Sergeant Osiel Plata retired from the Edinburg Police Department January 27, 2023, with 27 years of service. Sergeant Osiel Plata, congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for your hard work and dedication to serving and protecting the citizens of Edinburg. Best wishes in your retirement. Terrific. Once again, gentlemen, congratulations and best wishes for an amazing next chapter in your lives. You're going to be involved somewhere doing something, we just know it. All right. Chief, you ready for some special things now? All right, come on back up. Now we're going to do the Chief's recognition coin. This is pretty cool. So we've got a couple of these we're going to give out today. Our first Chief's recognition coin recognition goes to Angelica Bocanegra and Ignacio Herrera. Come on up if you're here. On July 26th of 2022, officers Angelica Bocanegra and Ignacio Herrera responded to a Walmart in Edinburg in reference to a male and female suspect who were detained for shoplifting. Officers Bocanegra and Herrera arrested the suspects and conducted a follow-up investigation, eventually finding the suspect vehicle in the Walmart parking lot. Through further investigation of the suspect vehicle, several stolen items were recovered from inside the vehicle and returned to Walmart. Walmart loss prevention relayed to Officer Bocanegra and Edna that the suspects were involved in thefts from several Walmart stores in the Rio Grande Valley, with a total loss of $10,000. Congratulations. Our next points go to Julius Verhoy and Abraham Ortega. On October the 7th of 2022, the officers were dispatched to a 911 hangout, a 911 hangout. Upon arrival, officers heard screaming coming from within the apartment and attempted to kick the door and make entry. A male subject opened and pulled a gun out of his pocket, raising it toward the officers. Officers were able to move and ultimately tased the suspect, who tossed the gun. The male suspect was taken into custody without further incident. That day, in the split decision, officers' quick actions prevented a critical incident. Julius Verhoy, Abraham Ortega. Congratulations. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The next going to go to dispatchers, Jonathan Salas, Luis de la Rosa, Andres Hernandez, and Celeste Flores. Come on up. On November 24th, officers were dispatched to a call of a man firing a long rifle in a neighborhood. Dispatchers are the lifeline of our officers, and are the calm voice when situations occur where officers are at great risk. With that responsibility comes great pressure. These dispatchers remained calm and collected while operating the radio, assisting fellow dispatchers as the incident was unfolding. Officers were able to apprehend the subject without further incident. Jonathan Salas, Luis de la Rosa, Andres Hernandez, and Celeste Flores. Congratulations. Next we have Officer Javier de la Garza, Officer Christopher Martinez, Officer Juan Hernandez, Officer Jacob Zuniga, Officer Julius Verhoy, Officer Artemio Cantu, Officer Abraham Ortega, Sergeant Joaquin Mendoza, Lieutenant Gabriel Vela Reyna. Come on up here, fill the stage. It was November 24th of 2022, where officers were dispatched to a neighborhood in reference to that male subject firing a rifle. A perimeter was established and a command post was established. With the use of a drone, officers were directed to the male who continued to discharge his rifle. The male was detained without further incident and the rifle was recovered, along with several other firearms and ammunition. The driver's door and windows were struck by gunfire. Unfortunately, no officers were injured. Without the calm and calculated response, this incident could have been much, much worse. Once again, Officer Javier de la Garza, Officer Christopher Martinez, Officer Juan Hernandez, Officer Jacob Zuniga, Officer Julius Verhoy, Officer Artemio Cantu, and Officer Abraham Ortega, Sergeant Joaquin Mendoza, Lieutenant Gabriel Vela Reyna. Give them a big round of applause. Best part of this job is I get to shake all these guys' hands. These are our heroes, man. This is great. All right, you ready for the annual awards? Let's do it. Now we're ready for our annual service awards, and these are awarded to members of the department who have contributed to the police profession or the respective area in an outstanding and exemplary manner in the preceding year. Members of the department are nominated for the awards by their peers and supervisors within the department. Nominations for non-supervisor of the year awards are reviewed and selected through confidential vote by the Chief's Advisory Board. All nominations for Superior of the Year awards are reviewed and selected by the Chief of Police. So we start with the Professional Support Staff of the Year. This is awarded to any non-sworn employee who has at least 2 years of service with the department at the time of nomination. This year's Professional Support Staff of the Year has been awarded to employee Isaman Ocho. Isaman has been in the Edinburg Police Department for approximately 5.5 years, beginning her career with the department as a telecommunications operator. Isaman Ochoa showed an interest in expanding her knowledge and further her eventually being granted the opportunity to become the department's crime victim liaison in 2019. As a crime victims liaison, Isamar Ochoa provides services to victims of crime and collaborates with surrounding agencies to ensure victims' needs, such as assisting in the completion of crime victims' compensation applications, assisting with the filing of final protective orders, and finding emergency shelter for victims of domestic violence, making sure all those needs are being met. Isamar Ochoa has been recognized by her peers for going above and beyond to assist victims of crime, at times using her own monetary resources to purchase gifts and supplies to help victims overcome their circumstances. Isamar Ochoa was noted to have assisted families of homicide victims in 2022 by aiding the distressed families in obtaining financial assistance for funeral expenses, helping acquire counseling for grieving families, and spearheading the donation of clothing, diapers, and bedding for surviving children. Isamar Ochoa has proven to be a tremendous asset to the Edinburg Police Department and our community. Congratulations, Isamar Ochoa. Next is our Professional Support Staff Supervisor of the Year. This is awarded to any non-sworn employee who holds a supervisory position with at least 2 years of service with the department, whose actions exemplify excellence in leadership for the contributions to the Edinburg Police Department and personnel relations. This year's Professional Support Staff Supervisor of the Year is awarded to Erica Cantu. Erica Cantu is the Administrative Assistant for the Criminal Investigation Division, has been with the Edinburg Police Department for approximately 12 and a half years. Erica provides administrative support to staff and public undertaking a broad range of secretarial and administrative duties. Erica supervises 5 administrative specialists, in addition to working directly under the direction of sergeants and lieutenants within the Criminal Investigations Division. Erica Cantu has been recognized by her peers for developing improvements in the department, exhibiting one of the highest levels of productivity, continuously remaining proactive in anticipating rising administrative needs, and demonstrating extraordinary commitment to the department and general public she serves. Her efforts have resulted in a clear increase in the efficiency within all divisions of the Edinburg Police Department. And Erica's contributions toward the betterment of the police department and her continued commitment to her career has made her a pillar for the Criminal Investigations Division. Additionally, Erica has cultivated a harmonious and fastidious work environment throughout the various divisions of the entire Edinburg Police Department. Congratulations, Erica Cantu. Next up is the Police Officer of the Year. This is awarded to any sworn officer below the rank of sergeant who has at least 24 months of service with the department at the time of nominations and has been recognized by their peers for contributing to the profession in an exemplary manner. This year's Police Officer of the Year is awarded to Officer Jose Oviedo. Officer Jose Oviedo has been with the Edinburg Police Department for approximately 5.5 years and has consistently been recognized by his supervisors and peers for his hard work and dedication in protecting the citizens of Edinburg. Among his many attributes, Officer Jose Oviedo was presented with the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Award for the most DWI arrests in 2021 and surpassed his number of DWI arrests made in 2022 with a total of 22 made in 2022, leaving little doubt that he will be nominated for the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Award again for the 2nd consecutive year. Officer Jose Oviedo's efforts have undoubtedly made an impact in reducing alcohol-related deaths and injuries within the City of Edinburg. Congratulations and thank you for your dedication, Officer Jose Oviedo. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Police Supervisor of the Year. And this is awarded to any sworn officer with the rank of sergeant or above, whose actions exemplify excellence in leadership for the contribution to the department and personnel relations. This year's Police Supervisor of the Year has been awarded to Lieutenant Gabriel Vela. Lieutenant Gabriel Vela has been with the Edinburg Police Department for approximately 9 years and has quickly moved up the ranks, promoted to sergeant in 2019 and lieutenant in 2022. He currently oversees the community-oriented policing division, and as the Department's Public Information Officer. Lieutenant Gabriel Vela was nominated by his peers, who expressed that Lieutenant Vela's conduct, knowledge, morals, and values embody the model characteristics a supervisor should strive for. Among his many attributes, Lieutenant Vela has been recognized by his peers as a mentor for the next generation of police officers within the department, and is well known for remaining cognizant of the needs of all subordinates throughout the department. A prime example provided was a meeting cultivated by Lieutenant Vela with investigators assigned to the department's auto theft division, while he was assigned to the patrol division, in which ideas were cultivated between the patrol and investigation division that proved to be instrumental in dismantling a major auto theft ring targeting the entire Rio Grande Valley in 2022. Lieutenant Vela has also been acclaimed by his peers as an advocate for modern and effective policing techniques. Congratulations, Lieutenant Gabriel Vela. And those are our awards for today, our Chief's coins, all the wonderful recognitions. Once again, I'd like to thank the Chief, thank the Mayor, Johnny, thank you, Johnny, just for being here, Trooper Johnny. Everybody who's here today, we appreciate all you do. Thank you for so much. Go out and patrol our streets and continue to keep us safe. We love you for what you do. It's been a great day. Thank you all. Enjoy your day.